Hi, boys and girls. Yes, it is writing time. This is one of your favorite times of the day, as it is mine. I love our writing times. It's very quiet and relaxing. So today our target is I can write a narrative story with details. That's right. That means you're going to be writing a story to tell your readers. And it's going to have lots of important details. That's a very important word today. Details help your reader actually visualize, understand, and see your story. Today, before we start writing, I want to talk about the details that I want you to make sure that you include in your writings today. So before we go into Ms. Nakhan's writings, we are going to look at the important details that I want you to have in your narrative writing today. This special hand is going to help us remember those important details that we need to include in our stories today as we write. The first one is who. We need to make sure that we are telling our readers who the story is about, the characters, what happened in our story. 3, when. When did our story take place? Morning, afternoon, nighttime? Maybe when as in the season. Was it winter, spring, summer, or fall? Where? Where did your story take place? Was it at school? Was it on a farm? At the movies? And how? In your story today, your how is going to tell how you lost something. How did it happen? Your story today is going to be about a time that you actually lost something. So you are going to be the main character. That's your who. And how, you're going to tell Ms. Nakhan how you lost something. Your how could also be how you felt when this happened. Let's go over our important details again. Who, what, when, where, how. We're going to be using our hand to help us remember all the details that we need to include. We also are going to be using our 5-star writing to go back and check Ms. Nakhan's writing. So let's get ready to read Ms. Nakhan's story. And then we will go back and we will go through the story and underline and check important things that tell us if I have all the details that I need. Okay, let's go back through and let's read Ms. Nakhan's story and use our special hand after to help us check my story. Hi, my boys and girls. So it is our writing time. Yes, I know that this is one of your favorite times during our day, and it is absolutely one of Ms. Nakhan's favorite times during our day. I love when we get our journals out, we have that quiet think time where we get to write our ideas and thoughts down. So today, our target is I can write a narrative story with details. That's right. You're going to be writing your own story, telling your story to your readers. Your story today is going to have lots of details. That's a very important word. The details in your story really help your reader understand, visualize, and see your story. You want them to visualize and be able to see all the things that take place in your story. Before Ms. Nakhan reads you my narrative story, I'm going to show you something that's going to help us today include all of our important details. We're going to use our hand today Yes, do you see this hand up here? All right. This hand has some important words that we're going to remember while we write today. Who, what, when, where, how. Who is your story about? What happened in your story? When did your story take place? Was it morning, afternoon, nighttime? Maybe the when could be telling about the season. Was it summer, spring, winter, or fall? Where were you? Where did your story take place? Were you at school, at the movies, at soccer practice? And how? Yes, that's an important part of your story, your detail, how. Today, you're going to be writing about a time that you lost something. That's right. So the who today, you're going to be the main character. So your who are your characters. You're going to be writing about a time that you lost something. So today your how is going to explain how that happened. How did you lose something? Your how can also be how you felt during your story. So how did you feel when you actually lost something? We're going to make sure that our story today has all of these important details. The who, what, when, where, how. We're going to read Miss Nakian's story and then go back and check to see that we have our 5 important details. We're also going to be checking our Miss Nakian's writing with our 5-star writing. Let's read Miss Nakian's story today about the time that I lost something. Let's get ready to read. I lost my ring. I was at the beach with my family. We went for a morning swim in the ocean. A big wave knocked me down. My ring slipped off. Okay, so that was Miss Nakian's story. Let's go back through and make sure that I included my important details. We have our hands up here to help us with our thinking. So let's start with our who. Did Miss Nakian make sure in my story I included that detail? Yes, this story was about me. So I was the main character and I also included my family. That was my who. Okay. Ooh, what? What happened? Did I tell you that I lost something in my story? Yes, I lost my ring. There's Miss Nakian's what in my story. So I have my who, I have my what. Let's talk about my when. Did I tell you when my story took place? Yes, right here. I told you it was the morning. I also included that detail in my picture. Yes, I see that the sun's out and that it must be morning. Okay, my where. Did I tell you where I was in my story? Yes, the beach. I wrote that in the words of my story, and I also included that in my detailed illustration to show you that I was at the beach. And how, my last detail. Did I tell you how I lost my ring? Yes, here's my how. A big wave knocked me down. My ring slipped off. But can you think of something that I didn't talk about that goes with the detail how? Yes, I didn't include in my story, I did not include how I felt. Well, Miss Nakian has to tell you, it made me feel very sad. So I can add that detail in my story. I can write, I felt sad. Very good. Okay, so I think that was a great detail to include in my writing today, in my narrative writing. Okay, so your job today is to write to tell Miss Nakian about a time that you lost something. Let's talk about what you need in your writing. You need your what. That's right, your what. And let's go back to our hand to help us think about those things that we need. Who, what, when, where, and how. I also would like you to go back through your writing and check for your 5-star writing rules. Did you have capital letters, uppercase letters at the beginning of your sentences, punctuation, finger spaces, neat handwriting, and do your sentences make sense? Miss Nakan went through my writing and I did my 5-star check. You can see that I did that at the top right here. Yes, do you see that? I made sure that I had uppercase letters at the beginning, that I had spaces between my words. I made sure that I had punctuation marks, periods at the end of my sentences. I even had an exclamation point. I used neat handwriting, and I made sure I went back to reread and that my sentences make sense. I cannot wait to read your stories today, to read about a time that you lost something. Remember to include those important details as well as in your illustration today. I want to go back to this part of Miss Nakan's story when I talked about the big wave. Do you notice that at the top, what do I need? That's right, I need my detailed illustration to show that big wave. I could show me in the water trying to swim, but that wave knocked me down. That's right. So make sure that you show those details as well in your illustrations. Please send Miss Nakan pictures of your writings so I can read your stories today and check for your details. I hope you have fun writing your narrative story today, and I hope you have a great day, and I will be with you soon to do another writing lesson. Goodbye.